Hey everybody. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the pagan communities, Facebook groups, and society in general. I have to give a little backstory first. I hate Halloween. Absolutely despise Halloween. The reason why is because it is oversaturation. It is so commercialized now. It is as bad as Christmas. The Dollar General in my town was selling Halloween candy in July. Okay, that's several months before Halloween, but that's how early they were putting the crap out. Okay, and so I just hate it when people talk about Happy Halloween. I mean, it's just like, in my mind, it's like they're telling me, hey, fuck you! That's the level of hatred that I have for Halloween. Halloween is a Christian holiday. I am pagan. I do Samhain. Okay? Samhain and Halloween are not interchangeable. One's Christian, one's pagan. And that's just the way it is. That's how I view it. So what does that have to do with all this wonderful hostility that I got this morning? I was a member of a Facebook group called Feisty, which is a Facebook or on Facebook. Yeah, it don't matter. There was a post, and like I said, with my hatred of Halloween, it just hit me wrong. Give me a hell yeah if you're excited for Halloween! And I just put in there, Halloween sucks. It's shoved down our throats. It's just as bad as Christmas. Well, the writer of that little post didn't like it, and she was saying that I was being rude. And I go, no, a difference of opinion is not being rude. Because, we're talking social media here, where people are supposed to be social. How do you be social? You talk to each other. Yeah. And she was explaining that, well, this group is for many different paths, and so, you have to be more accepting. And so I put it right back at her. And I says, and the same rules apply to you. It has to deal with all these different paths. Well, what about the paths that disagree, that don't like Halloween? Well, I was then told to shut up. And she deleted my comments. Now, if you're going to claim to be a feisty witch and you can handle this and all that, well, then you better be able to take one of my comments. If you cannot handle a difference of opinion, you're not feisty, you're pathetic. Okay? And this is what's going on with society, because we have loyalty tests. This whole fucking Halloween thing, are you excited for shit, was a loyalty test. She was trying to, weed out the people that don't agree with her, because that's all she can handle, because she's weak. You cannot live life demanding that only people that agree with you interact with you. Okay? We're supposed to be a community, which means that we have different points of view and accept them. But we have this polarization in our society. We're talking worldwide, America, Canada, and you just go small and small. And there is this polarization where you're either this way or that. It's, I have a term for it, but it's about the Christian viewpoint. Because with them, it's you're either for God or you're against God. Well, you are either with me or against me. You can't have a neutral point of view. So they deleted my comments. Now, I don't like being deleted when I did nothing wrong. I do not like being said that I'm being rude because I had a difference of opinion. Okay? You cannot go and be on social media and all this and demand that only people that agree with you post on your comments. I mean, how do you learn from others if you're going, oh, I'm sorry, you're not into this little narrow passageway, so fuck you. And so this is why so many Facebook groups suck, especially the bigger they are, because you have these people that get in control and they're going to make their narrative the only allowed narrative. And that was the case because the person who made this, you excited for Halloween shit, was an admin. And so she went into full Kim Jong-un mode and started deleting comments. And when I raised a fuss about it, she deleted them like that as well. Woohoo! I mean, talk about being accepting, when you don't allow a difference of opinion. Feisty witches on Facebook, you're a joke. Okay, I have been a member of so many goddamn fucking Facebook groups that are supposed to be uncensored, open to all points of view, but by God, that's a fucking lie. Because I have seen so many that have had opposing points of view get deleted and I've been kicked out. Yeah, that's right. Oh, you can say whatever you want unless you are Blue Sage Dragon, then we're going to run a Kim Jong-un campaign on your comments. So, we need to learn how to allow different points of view. Okay, this is the whole you are either for Trump or against Trump mentality. Okay, there are people that just don't give a shit. Okay, there are people that are trying to remove themselves from the political agendas. And so they are trying to stay neutral. But because they are not picking a side, then they're scum as well. Because, oh, you're not for Trump. Well, you're a stupid liberal. Well, oh, you're for Trump and you're a fucking conservative, and all that shit. But in the witchcraft pagan communities, I have seen so many times where there's the Adventist group that want to have only one way of thinking. I have been called so many times that I'm being negative and argumentative and all that. And it's pathetic. I mean, how can you want to run a group and be sociable and exchange information when you only allow one mindset in that group to post and not be harassed? I have actually joined groups just to lurk because I have been kicked out of them, and you go cut back up once they let you back in because they're stupid. And just watch their comments and see how every time somebody raises a different point of view, they attack them. And this mentality is throughout social media. And so it destroys the community. This is why we can't have a strong witch or pagan communities online, because we attack each other constantly. I guess I can say that I'm guilty of doing the same thing, because I do make comments about the sugar-coated Wiccan community. But I allow them to say what they want to say. I'm not deleting their comments, at least. Which means I'm better than the people at Feisty Witches of Facebook, because they're not that damn feisty. They're pretty darn sensitive, because you can only say what they want to hear. So we have got to step up to the plate. We need to be more open-minded. If we're going to say that we are open to all these different paths, well then fucking act like it. Alright, so 10-minute mark, I better put this to an end. So this is my rant. You know, if you are going to be an admin on Facebook groups, if you're then going to be so close-minded, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Just because somebody does not agree with you does not make them a troll. It does not make them argumentative. They just don't think the same way as you do, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a good thing to have different points of view. I mean, how boring would this world be if everybody was the same? Something to think about. So everybody, please take care. Be at peace.